Welcome to the channel. In this video series, I'm going to be giving you the no BS guide to sharpening. If you're new to woodworking or you've been woodworking for a while and just can't seem to figure it out, stick with me because I'm going to give you a simple and straightforward guide so that way you can sharpen your irons quick and get back to work. This is video number 3 in the no BS guide to sharpening, and in this video we're going to be talking about angles. Bevel angles for plane blades and chisel blades. And the first thing I want to mention is don't stress. Don't stress on them. People get so technical that it's, oh, this one's got to be 27.5 and that's the best angle that I found for this. And no. What matters more than angles is sharpness of your tool. That matters to me more than anything. Make sure your tool is sharp. If your tool's not sharp, you're going to run into issues across the board. So make sure your tool is sharp. The next thing when it comes to angles, the only angle that I guess would say matters is the primary. So if you have your primary at 25 and you do a micro bevel, it goes 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, so on and so forth until you regrind to 25. Same thing if you go to 35 or 30 degrees. You go 31, 32, 33, 34 until you regrind to 30. So that's why when I talk about these angles, I'm talking about the primary, because these 1 degrees don't matter. It's not like you're going to have a 25 and go 26. Oh, it's a brand new tool. It's doing something completely new. It doesn't work like that, okay? Same with 30. If you go to 30 and then all of a sudden you're at 33, don't stress. It's not a brand new tool. It's just a couple degrees off, and that's okay. So, to start, let's talk about bevel down planes. If you're using a standard bevel down bench plane, the frog and the frog bed determine the angle of cut. So the primary bevel or the micro bevel of that iron does not matter. You can sharpen it to whatever angle you want because it doesn't matter. That frog and the frog bed are determining that angle, the cut angle for you. Now, you can change the cut angle of a bevel down if you do a back bevel. I have never done one. I don't plan on doing one. I just don't see that they're necessary. If you guys use back bevels, let me know down below why you like them. I've heard some people use them for crazy grain or if they start getting a lot of tear out. But if I run into that, I just get my card scraper or a low angle jack plane and change the angle or change the iron in that. But if you're going to go with back bevels, then I recommend getting a separate iron to do that, because if you ever decide you don't want the back bevel, you then have to reflatten that entire back, which would take forever, or grind the primary all the way past that back bevel, which again is going to take a lot of work and waste a lot of life in that iron. So, back bevel users, let me know down below what you use them for and why that would be different than putting like a 50-degree iron in a low angle jack plane or a card scraper. For the bevel up jack planes, that bevel is pointing up. So that bevel, along with the blade bed, is determining your cutting angle. So if you look at the Lee Valley or the Veritas website, they sell 3 different irons for their bevel up planes. 25 degrees end grain, 38 degrees general use face grain edge grain, 50 degree basically like a card scraper for really figured grain. Those angles, I guess, maybe kind of matter. But I talk to a lot of guys that use the 25-degree iron for face grain and edge grain and have no issues. If they start getting tear out, they flip the board around or they sharpen their iron and it's fine. So I don't think that those really matter either. Now, I wouldn't say take a 50 and try to view it on end grain, because that would be really tough and that would take you a long time. But it's mainly those little micro degrees that I'm talking about. So 25 degrees, yes, keep it for end grain or maybe face and edge, depending on how sharp your tool is. And then 38 degrees, general use. If you're going with the 25-degree iron and you go to 26 degrees on your micro bevel, again, it doesn't matter. With chisels, chisel can get a little bit more complicated. I recently went on a couple months ago now, I went on an adventure where I was like, which angle do I need? I have 3 sets. What angles do I set them all at? And I have, these chisels that do that and these chisels this do this, and what angles should they be? And, that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, because it doesn't matter. If you want the standard general, I guess the most universal answer that I heard, 20 degrees for paring chisels. I don't even own paring chisels. 25 degrees is general use, and then 30 degrees is for mortises and dovetails. So if you want the simple answer, that's it. If you only want one set of chisels, that's fine too. Take that chisel, figure out what angle it's at. So if you're starting with that chisel and it's at 25, and you're doing your work and you find out, oh man, this isn't holding an edge long at all, bump it up to 30 and see how it performs. If you don't like how it performs at 30, bump it back down. Here's a good example. So I have a set of Marple's blue chip chisels, the old ones. I have those at 30 because at 25 they weren't holding an edge really well, and I use them for dovetails. The other set I have is Swedish chisels, and they hold an edge really well at 25, so I can keep them there. So it really depends on the task you're doing and the tool steel that you have. If you can get away with 25 and do everything, that's fine. If you don't like how it performs or it doesn't hold an edge long, bump it up. That's fine. Don't stress. And I still do micro bevels on my chisels. So even if I have this at 25, I'm going 26, 27. I don't care. If I don't like how it performs, I'll change my primary to 30 and then go 31, 32, 33. So I hope this helps you guys understand a little bit about angles. I don't want you guys to stress, okay? If you start getting more seasoned at woodworking, this is mainly for beginners. If you are getting more seasoned at woodworking and you do want multiple sets of chisels or you do want multiple plane irons and stuff like that, go for it. If you find that I'm working with maple and it's better for me to have a 27 degree 0.5 chisel, go for it. That means you've got the experience and it works for you. I don't care. To me, personally, it doesn't matter to me. Okay? I'm good with the set of chisels I have. I'm happy with how they perform. That's okay. If you want to get technical and you want to experiment with different things, go for it too. Just make sure you're having fun and don't stress. Because I think that's my biggest thing is people just stress on angles too much and we really need to just don't. Just sharpen it and go have fun. If you don't like how it performs, change the angle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to leave them below and keep out for video number 4. Keep an eye out for video number 4 that will be coming up next. Don't forget to like and subscribe.